Hello all. Today we discuss about the second lecture about data communication and networking. So first of all, in this video we discuss about network models. So computer networks are created by different entities. Standards, different types of standards are used to can communicate with one another. The two best known standards are known as, one is OSI model, or also known as Open System Interconnections. So one is known as OSI model, Open System Interconnections, and it is a 7-layer network structure. This OSI model represents a 7-layer structure. In the later video we will discuss about that. And number 2 is the most important, is known as Internet model or IP layer, or also known as Transfer Control Protocol TCP/IP. These are 5-layer exist here. So these two words are very important for the network models. So now we discuss about the categories of networks. So there are different types of category into which a network falls is determined by its size. So depending on the size, there are basically 3 different types of network that exist. One is known as local area network, or LAN is also known as local area network. So local area network means different types of computer, or in an office, in a school, or in any public sector, or in a bank, there must be a number of computers connected to each other. So this formation of network is known as local area network, and is usually privately owned and links the devices in a single office, building, or campus. So LAN size is limited to a few kilometers. Say for example, there are several computers connected. This is a computer A, this is a computer B, this is computer C, and this is computer D, and there is computer E, F, G, H, I. So assume that these computers are connected to this from this local bus or local hub. So from this local hub, these all computers are connected. This type of connection is basically known as LAN network, or local area network. Okay. So these all computers are connected through this hub. So there is also connection from these computers. So this is basically this network is also known as star network, because from this hub all computers are connected. Okay. So LANs are designed, so basically LANs, local area networks, are designed to allow resources to be shared between personal computers or workstation. The resources to be shared can include hardware, software, or an application, program, or data. Okay. So now we discuss the second component of network models, is known as categories of network, is known as wide area network, or known as WAN. This is known as wide area network. First of all, the size of WAN and the length of the WAN is greater than the LAN, and it provides long distance transmission of data such as image, audio, and video information over a large geographic area that may comprise a country, continent or even a whole world. Okay, so basically there are two different types of WAN are used. WAN is categorized basically in a two form. One is switched WAN. Number one is known as switched WAN. In a switched term, there is a system connected, say the name is P, this is a one computer, and there is another computer, say for Q, and for a switched WAN there are lots of networks are connected. This computer passes information here. So basically this is a switch, this is a switched WAN. So then here and then here, and ultimately goes to this computer, and then here connected another switch, here connected another switch. Okay, so here connected another switch, and there is a connected one computer also, say D, and here connected one computer also, say for X. So in a switched WAN there are different types of paths are used to go to the data traffic from one point to another point. Okay, and there is also another WAN exists which is known as point to point WAN. Okay, in a point to point WAN there is a computer is connected known as X with one modem. This is one modem, and this is directly connected to the another computer. This is a point to point WAN. This line is known as point to point WAN, P2P WAN, point to point WAN network. So there is a one modem and another PC is connected here. Okay, so a good example of switched WAN is an asynchronous transfer mode, that is ATM network, which is a network with fixed sized data units, packets called cells. Okay, so this is the concept of WAN, and one thing noted that the point to point WAN is normally a line leased from a telephone or cable TV provider that connects a home computer or a small LAN to an internet service provider, that is also known as ISP. Okay, this type of WAN is often used to provide internet access. So next one we discuss about Metropolitan Area Network, or also known as MAN. The full form is Metropolitan Area Network, and this network with a size between LAN and a WAN, it is normally covered the area inside a town or a city, and it is designed for customers who need high speed connectivity normally to internet and have endpoints spread over a city or part of the city. Okay, so there are different types of high speed connection like a digital subscriber line, DSL, and cable TV. So a good example of a MAN, Metropolitan Area Network, is a part of the telephone company network that can provide high speed DSL line to the consumer premises. Okay, so now basically we discuss about the three different categories of the network, and now we discuss about the interconnection of network. So now our topic is interconnection of networks. Okay, this is also known as internetwork. Okay, so as we see that there are different type of network structure like a LAN, MAN and WAN. So they are connected to each other because from WAN the concept is coming from MAN, and then MAN from the concept is coming from the LAN, and they are connected to one another. When two or more networks are connected, they becomes an known as internetwork or internet. Okay, for an example, assume that any organization has two say suppose in organization has a two part, that is there are two different types of office are established. One office is the one side and another office the another side, and the established office on the side number one has a bus topology LAN, and the second office has a start topology LAN. So basically the concept is that, so what is a heterogeneous network? And for WANs and two LANs, say suppose that there are two LANs are from, suppose, because here we discuss about the internet network or connection of the network, so that's why here we created one using bus topology. So this is a line tapping. So here connected some computers for office number one, which is placed at the location one. Say there are different types of computers are connected in a LAN using bus topology. This is a bus, okay, and this is a tuple line, okay. So this is bus topology, and this is basically known as using bus topology, okay. So suppose this is office one, and here the another network, the second office, is connected through the hub. That means this is centralized connection, or also known as star connection. So this is known as star network or star LAN network, or also known as centralized network. So this is basically known as hub, HUB, okay. So this is location 1, this is location 2, this is office number 1, and this is office 2. Suppose there are two offices are established, okay. So now you consider here one computer is known as the master computer, or known as the administrator. Suppose let us consider this is a main master, that is the main office. So here we connected first one modem. The full form of modem is known as modulator. So basically here two working functions are known as transmit and receive it, and then we connected from here point to point WAN, because this office is placed in a far location with respect to this office. So this is another modem which is connected to the LAN, and there must be present one switched WAN, because this data traffic goes from one location to another location. So there must be placed a switched network. This is a symbol of switched, okay. So between this switched network, the network first connected to the router. So this is a symbol of router in a networking, okay. This is a router, and from this router there is connected one router, and through this router here connected one hub, and this is known as point to point WAN. From this router to this router, this is known as point to point WAN, okay, because WAN, because these are coming from this WAN network, okay. And here also connected one router. What is the requirement of this router? This router works in a network layer. We will discuss in the later video. So here placed one another router, and here placed one another router. So this is not a home router basically. Actually in a networking, computer networking, data communication, the term is that, because in a home, we all know that in a home, when ISP provides our broadband services, that is via Cat6 cable. So in our home, when Cat6 cable is coming, then we placed one router, and this router is converted this IP, public IP address, to its own gateway and its own IP. Basically this home router is not known as a router, okay. This is basically known as an access point. So you can configure depending the configuration. So there are different types of routers are available in the market. One types of router, one types of Wi-Fi device are used as a only access point, and another TP-Link or T-Link are used as a both access point and router. So basically router is a very intelligent device in a networking. There are so many protocols are inbuilt in this router. There are Dutch shortest path algorithm or Bellman-Ford algorithm. There are different types of OLSR, optimized link state routing protocol, DSDV, AODV. Different types of intelligent protocol can be built in this router. So this router is basically what is a function. The incoming packet is coming here in the network layer, and in this packet the source address and destination address are noted, and depending on the shortest path rule, this router is send the data traffic to the destination address from source address with minimum time or minimum number of path. So that's why router is a very intelligent devices. So this is a master computer, this is a modem one connected, and this is a point to point one. This line is known as point to point one. This is a point to point one. This is also known as point to point WAN, and this is known as switched WAN. Why it is known as switched WAN? Because WAN is a very large network. Okay, so from this WAN there are several types of network are connected. So this WAN is basically, this part is known as, the WAN is very the coverage area of the WAN is very large with respect to the LAN and MAN also. So when the data traffic sending from the main office, so basically this administrator says, for example, this is an administrator who send the data traffic to this modem and via this modem here, and when this administrator send the data traffic for office 1, they use the address office 1. So ultimately the data traffic comes here and go to this network. Okay, and if office 2, then it goes to the, yes, right, centralized LAN network. So this is a this network is basically known as heterogeneous network, because here one bus topology and one topology, and if you can use, there is also one connection is possible, that is a mesh network. There is also a third network we can build in this network scheme. Okay, so there are also third network also connected to each other. So this is a known as mesh LAN, all computers connected via mesh networking. Okay, so this is a concept of network structure and network interconnection. Okay, so now we discuss about the protocol and standards. So protocol and standards are very important to understand the data traffic or the message from transmitter to the receiver. And in the protocols, there must be follow some key elements known as number 1 syntax, number 2 semantics, SEMANTICS. So number 1, the very important parameter is syntax, number 2 is semantics, and number 3 is important, is known as timing. Okay, this 3 parameter is very important. Timing is basically sender produce the data in 100 Mbps, but the receiver can process the data only the 2 Mbps. So this type of timing are required. Okay, and the semantics refers the meaning of each section of bits. Okay, and syntax means the format of the data, meaning the order of the data, and this is known as the protocols. And if we talk about the standards, so standards is basically defined. The essential is creating and maintaining an open and competitive market for equipment manufacturers, and in guaranteeing national and international interoperability of data and telecommunications technology and processes. Okay, so there are many standardization organizations are available. First of all, the ISO standardization. The full form is International Organization of Standardization. Okay, next coming out NC, American National Standard Institute, then IEEE, Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, EIA, Electronic Industries Association. There are lots of company standardizations are developed. The Corporation of Standards Creation Committees, forum and government regulatory agencies which decisions the different types of standardizations and how the standardization will be built and the technology will be followed by the standardizations. And there is one important standardization is known as Federal Communication Commissions, known as FCC. Okay, there are so many companies also known as the standardization which fix the standardization in a today's internet communication. Okay, so this is the second lecture of the data communication about how different devices and different computers are connected, and in the previous video we discussed about the basic terminology about the data communications, and in the next video, that is in video number 3 or lecture number 3, we discuss about the different stages of network models and discuss about the concept of ISO-SI, that is open system, that is as we referred here the OSI, the next video the open system interconnections and transfer control protocol, also known as the TCP protocol, we'll discuss elaborately in the next video. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.